What's going on, everyone? In this video, I'm going to be reviewing 5 more chicken breeds to add to our list of every single chicken breed that we're reviewing. We're reviewing every single chicken breed in the series. This is our 3rd installment. Be sure to check out part 1 and part 2 after you're done watching this video. And let's get started with the first chicken breed, which is, of course, the Leghorn chicken. Their eggs are a 25 out of 25. If we didn't have Leghorns, we wouldn't have Easter eggs. And no, I did not say Easter eggers, I said Easter eggs. Because Easter eggs, if you notice anything, they're typically white, and they're one of the most common eggs you'll either find in the store. But a lot of the times you get the eggs from Rhode Island Reds, which I reviewed in the last part of this series. The roosters are going to be an 18 out of 25. I've heard a lot of complaints about the roosters, but at least they do their job, unlike someone I know. See, I always like to vent my anger on him whenever I'm talking about roosters. And reliability is a 22 out of 25. They're known to be at least somewhat reliable, although since they're high production layers, they don't typically lay as long. I mean, they don't typically, survive as long as something like a lot of the chickens in these flocks will. A lot of these chickens will only last for a couple years. The ISA Brown is probably one of her only high production layers. And Abs just does not look great right now. She is not in the best state. She could have been much better if she wanted to. She's been laying shellless eggs, and she's going through a molt right now. Let's all hope and pray for the best for Abs. And enjoyability is a 24 out of 25. They're actually fairly friendly, although some hens, they're sometimes a little bit too friendly and they will bite your fingers. It's basically like Buff Orpingtons. Not on that level of friendliness, but at least they're somewhat friendly. So that gives their total final score an 89 out of 100. Meaning I'll give you I recommend this breed as an intermediate breed, so a second breed. A novice is a first breed, an intermediate is a second, and an advanced is something you get for a 3rd batch of chickens. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. Not to be confused with the Americana, the Araucana, which I'm pretty sure I said incorrectly, is another breed that lays blue eggs, except they're not Americanas, they're Araucanas. I'm gonna need to make sure I don't say Americanas. So their eggs are a 20 out of 25. They're known to lay around 170 to 190 eggs a year. Americanas, like Kit Kat and Chicken Burger and Chicka Chicka, lay a lot more than that. They're around 200 eggs a year. These chickens take an even longer break starting right about now. Those chickens, and ending in about March, those Easter eggers we have won't take the break until about late next month and end in February. So they have a much shorter break time. Their reliability is a 23 out of 25. I skipped roosters, I'll do that in a second. They are known to be very reliable chickens. They lay plenty of eggs, and they live for a plenty good amount of time. So there's a lot of time in their life that you can have fun. And roosters are a 23 out of 25 as well. They are known to actually be helpful roosters. They're much better than Green Queen roosters, and that's for sure. And then the enjoyability is a 25 out of 25. They're basically a branch off of an Easter egger or an Americana, whatever you want to call it. Basically, those chickens are 100% something I'd recommend, giving them a 91 out of 100. I'd recommend these for a more intermediate level, although it's another one of those breeds that is interchangeable between intermediate and novice levels. So next up we have the chicken with probably the most features on this list. The chicken that comes with the best bundle. The chicken, very low cost, very low maintenance, does their job, and is basically almost the dream chicken. Might even be a slight bit better than Buff Orpington. Let's find out. It's the Black Australorp chicken. Their eggs are a 25 out of 25. They lay so many eggs a year, and as a matter of fact, when they get older, they typically lay up to 6 years as high production layers. As production layers, they live up to 9 years. As non-production layers, they can get maybe up to 10. So there isn't really much of a difference there. The Black Australorp chicken lives for a decent amount of time, even as high production layers. They're probably one of the longest living high production layers, as they lay up 300 eggs a year, which is crazy. And the roosters are a 24 out of 25. They are great roosters, not on the same level as Black Copper Marin roosters. I've been around one of these roosters, and let me tell you, that rooster was friendly. He let me pet him, pick him up, all that whatnot. It's a great rooster. You should consider adding them to a flock if you don't already have the Black Copper Marin added to your flock. The reliability is a 23 out of 25. which the main reason is because although they live a long time, just like any other breed of chicken that's high production, some of them don't make it as long as others. They're very reliable though, because 23 out of 25 is still a 92%. Will their enjoyability have the ability to... The enjoyability will make or break it. You'll either give it a D or an A+. A 26 out of 25 because of how friendly they are. They have the great mixture and the fact that they're easy defense against hawks because of their size that is similar to a crow, and also their feathers, which is also completely black and is the chicken that will help defend your flock from the hawk attack. So that brings the total score up to a 98 out of 100. Now, there's probably not going to be another 26 out of 25. That's probably the only cheat I'm going to use for this series, but either way, that's just my emphasis. Go get yourself a black Australorp if you haven't already. The reason we don't have them over here, I hear you're asking, because you don't have any black Australorps. And why are you saying so many good things about them? Well, these nesting boxes are not fit to hold them. They're specifically bred to be a little bit bigger birds, so just keep that in mind. So next up, we got the Sussex chicken. Now, the Sussex chicken is not really like the other chickens, although they are really high on this list. And I forgot to recommend the Australorp chickens. I would recommend them to a novice level. They're very great chickens, very beginner-friendly chickens. The eggs for Sussex chicken is a 25 out of 25. They lay 250 or slightly more, plus or minus eggs a year. So I'd recommend them for their egg production. Although, $70 per chicken, that is not a fair trade-off. They should be laying every day, year, 2 times a day. And their reliability should be higher than a 24 out of 25. They should live for like 13 years if you're gonna get them for $70 each. And they should lay every day throughout those 13 years. Mainly it's because of their population or something like that, but that's crazy to think about. They are 24 out of 25 in terms of reliability. They do live like 3 to 6 years as high production layers, 5 to 8 years as standard layers, and as minimal layers, they'll live up to 9 years. The roosters are a 21 out of 25. They're known to be towering a-holes. However, I will give them credit where credit is due. At least they're better than Falcon. I gave Green Queen roosters a 12 out of 25 in my Green Queen reviewing video. Next up, we got enjoyability, 20 out of 25. They're not known to be the friendliest, even as hens, and their roosters are not that friendly and all that whatnot. Although I would recommend them to an advanced level, sort of as a collector type chickens. Like if you're like, oh, I got myself a $70 chicken, if you want to like flex income or something like that. Oh, I'm gonna flex my $70 chicken on all of you guys. Well, yeah, feel free to do so. That's what these chickens are mainly for. That does give them a score of 90 out of 100 at the end of the day, which is great and all, but $70, is it really worth it? Tell me in the comments below. If you got anything from this video, be sure to click the video on the screen, click the like and subscribe button. The video on the screen right now is my last reviewing video. We're gonna be reviewing every single chicken breed, so be sure to comment down below 5 more chicken breeds that I missed in these series. Anyways, I'm out. Subscribe.